The Tates were just arrested and they're facing almost 60 charges and extradition to the UK.
They were arrested by the U.S. Marshal with a sealed extradition warrant to the UK.
We're talking decades in prison with charges in 3 different countries.
What kind of sentence could they be looking at?
The rest of their lives in prison. That's just in the UK. There's also charges back in Romania, and there's an investigation still underway in the United States.
And just about anybody that knows anything about Andrew Tate and is not stuck in their echo chamber was expecting something like this to happen at some time, because he's always been very loud and proud about what he did to get rich.
I first became a multimillionaire by running a webcam studio. When Corona came, I scaled it back up, right? So I got 20 more girls online. We scaled that back up to $300,000 or $400,000 a month. So I got back into the game hard.
I created a system that allowed me to convince girls to do this, allowed me to retain 100% control of their income. I know how to make sure the girl can't run away.
While the math has never mathed about the women he's dealt with.
I'm all these 16-year-old women.
But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Mr. Tate, would you mind signing?
Tate. They ran up on that man so fast, he didn't know what to do. And right here, he's trying to hand off his phone to his bodyguard or security, but he doesn't see it. So Tate just ends up dropping the phone. My man's getting locked up in a purple blouse and capri pants. That's nasty.
Back up.
What's going on?
Back up. Yes, back on.
What's the dude Justin trying to do? Get off his jewelry, I guess? I guess he was just taking off his chains.
Tristan, anything to say?
Got Tristan too. The dude Justin feels left out. He's like, why didn't they arrest me? The Tates have officially been arrested in Miami on their way to host a bare knuckle boxing event. The U.S. Marshals got them at the behest of the UK, who filed an additional 35 charges, totaling like 60 charges against the Tates right now. The charges that the Tates are facing in the UK aren't new for the most part. The UK has been trying to get them to come into their country. They've refused. I think Andrew Tate tried to negotiate to know who the victims were, I guess maybe who was testifying against them. And then he wanted to guarantee that if he came into the country, they would let him go. Which, I mean, given Andrew Tate's following, how toxic the alpha male red pill space is, why would they give any information to the Tates to go harass people? Or why would they guarantee to let him out of the country if they plan on arresting him? Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan have been arrested in the US after British authorities issued 38 new charges against the pair. The UK's Crown Prosecution Service said Andrew was being charged with 7 further counts of rape, as well as charges relating to trafficking and indecent images of a child. Tristan's charges include 2 counts of rape and 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation. The total number of charges against the brothers is now 59, police said.
They were arrested by the U.S. Marshal with a sealed extradition warrant to the UK. Now, these charges are old, but the government in the UK has been trying to get the Tate brothers to come to the UK to face these charges, right? Face their justice system. But the Tate brothers have been hiding out in Romania. Andrew Tate is connected to 3 alleged victims. Tristan Tate is connected to 1 alleged victim. So remember, this arrest warrant was issued a while ago. And remember, they're hiding out in Romania. Now, the Romanian government said after the proceedings concluded, because they're still going through some legal stuff in Romania, they possibly could be extradited. Now, I don't know why the Tate brothers would come to the United States when the UK, the UK government in the United States, they do extraditions for each other. So that's crazy to me. But obviously, they got caught up by the marshals.
So it seems like Andrew Tate is facing a bunch of charges back from his cam girl days when he used to get women to work for him, which has always been really weird and stuck out to anybody that wasn't in that Andrew Tate red pill bubble, because he bragged about using young girls to take advantage of desperate men, breaking them for everything. He literally bragged about it.
I first became a multimillionaire multimillionaire by running a webcam studio.
How long ago was your webcam business?
Yeah, so I stopped having any involvement with it. I think 8 to 9 years ago I stopped. When Corona came, I scaled it back up, right? So I got 20 more girls online. We scaled that back up to $300,000 or $400,000 a month. So I got back into the game hard. But now we're coming towards the end of Corona. I'm going to keep like 5 or 6 of my main girls. I mean, what did I do? I helped some people organize some accounts on an internet website. That's what I did.
I created a system that allowed me to convince girls to do this, allowed me to retain 100% control of their income. I know how to make sure the girl can't run away.
I helped women with the tax side.
Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax, but you need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax.
Is that my crime? Maybe I did love them. But we're not together anymore, so what? I pretended? Who said I pretended? Prove I pretended to love. And then what did I pretend to love them to achieve?
I have to f her so she obeys me. I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women. I f them so they listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. I have met beautiful women with a good personality and thought, she will make me money. I have to f this. I don't want to, I just need the money.
I am accused of helping my friends get big on TikTok.
The bullshit!
And then he built his whole online persona and career about building men up, the betterment of men. Don't be taken advantage of by women, when that's literally what he did to get rich. And on top of that, he's always admitted that he dealt with really young girls. I get there are different age of consent laws in different countries, but it seems like he even went under the UK's age of consent law, which is still really young.
Got my main bottom, Vivian. Vivian's younger. So yeah, that's how it started. I met Vivian in Slovakia. We had a long-term relationship thing. I was living in England. I moved her to England to be with me to start doing my webcam company. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Vivian's like 21. So Vivian's been with me 6 years. She's been
young and brainwashed, so she made it easier to brainwash the other girls that he was bringing in.
So Vivian's been with me 6 years. She's completely head over heels in love with me.
That math is not math. And if she's 21, she's been with him for 6 years, that makes her 15, which is below the UK's age of consent, which again is still super young.
She wants kids with me, everything. So Vivian's been with me 6 years. Vivian's like 21. Vivian's younger.
I'm fucking all these 16-year-old women or 18-year-old women, whatever the law is.
What he described in this video was literally what he's being accused of. This whole lover boy method where he would get young girls to fall in love with him, believe that he loved them, was dating them, and then he would transport them across countries to his country and basically pimp them out online. This was not a surprise or a mystery to anybody outside of that red pill Andrew Tate bubble.
I don't know if you know my whole thing. I got arrested again for 24 hours, and the Brits tried to extradite us. And I was like, okay, what we get extradited for? They're like, in 2009, you attacked a woman. It's like, what do you mean attacked? Don't know, it says violence, it's the Romanian guy. He goes, it says violence against women in 2009. I'm like, what woman?
2009?
Yeah. I was like, what woman? Doesn't say. Where? Doesn't say. When? Doesn't say. The Romanian judge said, this is garbage, we're not gonna extradite him. We're gonna keep him in Romania to finish his Romanian cases, and when they finish, then we'll consider extraditing him to the UK.
Another claim that his whole fan base is saying is that Romania completely refused or shut down the extradition request from the UK, when that was never the case. They said they wanted to complete their legal proceedings first, and then they will work with the UK, which Andrew Tate just admitted to. And probably the funniest clip is him coming to Miami last year, I think for the first time. I could be wrong, but I believe it was for the first time, talking to Candace Owens and daring authorities to come arrest him, which ended up happening a year later.
I'm right here in Miami. Come get me, arrest me, perp walk me, put me on the news, tell everyone I'm a human trafficker. You think I'm not versed? You think I'm not ready? I'm a Navy SEAL in this shit. Come get me, raid my house, take my stuff. Do you think I sleep with a full phone full of evidence?
As he tried to pass the phone that probably has the evidence on it.
You think I don't wipe my phone every night? You think I'm dumb? Come get me, arrest me.
Breaking, Andrew and Tristan Tate have been arrested in Miami.
At first, Andrew Tate's lawyer released a written statement on X, but also made a public statement later.
Today went as expected. There was never going to be any fireworks today. Today wasn't about controversy. Today was about just enforcing Mr. Tate's, Andrew and Tristan Tate's rights and objecting to the extradition process. We are, of course, objecting to extradition because Andrew and Tristan are innocent. They've never done nothing wrong. They shouldn't be extradited for crimes they did not commit. They're entitled to have their day of court that we've been litigating the case for 3 years in Palm Beach County in Florida. So we're fighting extradition. We're looking forward to getting the best possible result under the sun. They've been clearing their names domestically and abroad for years. This is just the next logical conclusion in that situation. Keir Starmer just retired or is retiring. I'm sure he's mad that Andrew and Tristan Tate had a lot to do with his fall in Great Britain. And there's a new guy in there right now. But this is the last vestige of attack of a prime minister who didn't do a good job, and he continues to do bad work. And I'll just leave it there. Innocent until proven guilty. We're going to let the court process play out here the way that it should. We're happy to be here.
But of course, a bunch of people like Myron and Nick Fuentes came out defending Andrew Tate.
You guys, I know what you guys are going to say. Yo, Myron, he's your friend, blah, blah. Yeah, he is. So I will be honest. I will be a little bit biased on this. But yeah, clearly, this is a political job. I mean, come on, dude. Like, you were trying to charge him in 23, then in 24, you couldn't get anything done?
Couldn't get anything done, as in him to come to their country so they could arrest him? Yeah. That didn't happen because it was discussions and negotiations between countries.
And then you file these random new charges, right? And make them especially, you know, heinous. Get the marshals on board because you couldn't get them on board before. And then you go ahead and you get him arrested in Miami. So I'm hoping that his legal team can, like, fight the extradition. Also, the other big thing is, like, he said, look, I'll go to the United Kingdom, but can you guys guarantee that I just won't be remanded into custody? And they're like, no, we can't guarantee that.
Imagine being charged with a crime and you tell the police, look, I'll come talk to you, but you got to promise not to arrest me. It doesn't work like that.
So in other words, they'll put him there and put him in jail pending waiting for the case. That's insane. So I can see why he's like, fuck that, I'm not going to go to the UK. And obviously they got butthurt. They got frustrated. And they went to try to get him arrested in the United States to get him extradited. I hope he's able to fight it, dude. The reason why they're going after the Tate so hard is because Andrew, like, talks about Keir Starmer. Obviously, he was very unpopular with joining in, like, kind of joining in the war, but not joining in the war, letting Israel do all the bullshit that they were doing, giving them aid, but then, oh, well, we know that they have a blockade on people. Like, Keir Starmer was just wildly unpopular, so that's why he had to end up resigning.
He thinks that the UK is after Andrew Tate because he criticized the prime minister and what the country was doing. Why would a country care about an influencer's opinion?
And that was creating a lot of pressure on them, dude. And the UK has had an issue with Andrew for a very long time.
They will create all these conspiracy theories around this man to justify them doing anything but looking at the charges and seeing what is plausible, what isn't, what might make sense, what doesn't. Could he possibly have done these things? They don't care about any of that. They're just going to say the Matrix is after him and it's because of this. And funny enough, Sneako was celebrating Andrew Tate being arrested and gave his take on the whole situation, which isn't too surprising if you've been following the little beefs they've been having over the years.
A few years ago, there was a streamer, I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, who was obsessed with me. If I got a girl's number on Fresh and Fit, he tried to do the same thing. Every single thing I did, he copied verbatim. He tried to be me, literally be me. He was obsessed with. He came to Romania with two people who I respect very much, Myron and Fresh, great guys. They managed to convince me to allow him to come. He came there and started acting really fruity and really weird.
I definitely remember him wearing these shades, kind of like sitting like Andrew Tate, talking like Andrew Tate. That's facts. That actually did happen.
They managed to convince me to allow him to come. He came there and started acting really fruity and really weird. Since then, he has mentioned me every single day in every single stream he does.
Coping because you folded under the pressure from the Epstein regime. Now you're regretting it because the world is seeing that we are brought into a war for the same people that hated the song. The timing was not on your side. You probably shouldn't have folded. You probably regret that. Then you're saying I'm obsessed. You are begging me to fight you for $1 million.
You cannot be a passive-aggressive little girl. I understand you're young, but if you talk that way to people, you're going to be responded to a certain way. You're very, like, smarmy, snarky.
Like, why is Andrew trying to be a white supremacist now when he's black? Andrew Tate would be deported from Romania following white supremacist logic, but he's like, I'm on your side. No, you're not.
And now he's just celebrating. He's like, yep, they did it.
Wallahi, I prayed for this. Wallahi, I just came back from Umrah. I was going to do my intro a little longer. I'm just going to get right into it. I'm too happy. A lot of news to cover, but they're supposed to make prayer for a lot of things. I pray for, you guys know I pray for the Ummah. I pray for the martyrs. I pray for the people of Gaza. But for the personal things, I made specific dua that the enemies of Allah will be humiliated. And as soon as I touch down, he's wearing like this Waluigi fit and gets out of here. Yo, hey, Top Goy.
Praying that your online op gets arrested is a different level of petty.
You apologized for no reason. Sneako did it. I'm sorry for the song. Turns out you don't need to fold. They're still going to lock you up if you committed crimes. The Matrix attacked me. I'm influential. Nobody knows who you are. You have no more influence. You fell off completely. They're not locking you up because you're influential to the youth. They're locking you up because you're guilty. Have fun in prison.
He didn't mince words, so I mean, credit for that. It is just a crazy turnaround from where he was defending them, attacking anybody that thought they were guilty, to now just outright saying they're guilty, they did it. And make no mistake, the Tates are looking at real-time, real-life consequences.
The final question, if they were convicted on all counts of all these charges, what kind of sentence could they be looking at?
The rest of their lives in prison. That's just in the UK. There's also charges back in Romania, and there's an investigation still underway in the United States. So I do not think that the Tate brothers will be able to go back to the life they're used to. I think that their academy, their school, which gives out PhDs for young men to try to be misogynists like them, the PhD stands for pimp and hose degrees. I mean, that tells you who these people are. So I think they're facing the rest of their lives in a prison cell.
Things do not look good for the Tates, especially with 3 different countries pursuing charges on them. But shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting and thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.